Welcome to The Leetist. This is episode 1 after our episode 0 pilot episode went up this week. Actually, it hasn't been up for even 24 hours yet. And we hope it's getting listened to by some folks out there who can actually write into us and send us suggestions for games to play and trivia, questions, debate topics, and things like that. TheLeetistPod at gmail.com, at TheLeetist on Twitter. I am here again today with Tim and Ryan. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Tim. Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
I'm
Hi, me.
You're Tim.
Excellent. And as I said before, as you both know, everyone out there knows, obviously, we're a brand new podcast. Like I said, episode 0 hasn't been up very long at all, and we're still playing with audio stuff, trying to make this sound the best as possible. I think the last one sounded pretty good. I think it's going to get even better now.
Agreed. This is going to sound great.
Except for that Ryan guy.
Except for that Ryan
audio.
guy. He's gonna have that big nasally voice of his that he keeps on doing.
Come on, guys.
I think everyone sounds a lot more crystally, even in my ears right now. It's very nice.
Yeah, we've gotten professional.
I'm excited for today's show. I'm not gonna lie.
I think we should do the entire show like NPR announcers, like, hello, welcome
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
to the Leetist podcast.
Yeah, NPR. What's that guy's name? Ira something?
Yes,
Ira
Ira
Glass.
something. It's amazing.
Yeah, Ira Glass.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, Ira Glass. Lakshmi Shming.
I pulled that name out
Gojo
of my ass.
Numbi.
So, okay, I guess first up on the docket today is to go talk about what we're currently playing. And as promised last time, I hear that Tim, Mr. Tim co-host, has actually played some of Mass Effect 2.
I have, actually. I've been playing the hell out of Mass Effect 2. You guys were right. Mass Effect 2 is a pretty damn good game. I'm not going to turn over my answer last episode's debate, but I mean it's a pretty decent game. And I this is saying as a guy that I have a hard time going back to old games because I played Mass Effect 1 for about 2 hours and I wanted to like tear my head off of my neck because I hated it. Like it was just so old feeling and there were so many problems that I noticed with it, and the guys were like, just give it up, go to Mass Effect 2, play that instead. And I've been playing it like a madman. I'm pretty sure I've put 40 to 50 hours into it so far, and I don't think I'm halfway through the main story. I just kept on doing side quests and stuff.
I didn't know you were that into it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I've been real into it. So yeah,
it will suck you in. It really is like one of those games where, and Mass Effect 1 is such a hard one to like really go back to, I feel, to even remaster that, but like not do anything with the control scheme, which it seems like that's what happened. That's a tough one. I can totally understand.
There was an excellent 12-minute long YouTube video that gives you the rundown of what happened in Mass Effect 1, and that was infinitely more entertaining than the actual gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to just start at Mass Effect 1. Like I said, I started at 2 back in the day, but replaying 1 on this remaster, I was already kind of in love with all the characters and the story and the lore and stuff, so it was really easy to kind of hook me in that. But yeah, I have no idea what it's like just jumping in there for the first time. I'm sure it's kind of outdated feeling.
Yeah, the story was fine. It was, my problem was with the gameplay. So I'm picky.
That makes sense.
I think that's fair too, because I think that like, and sorry to interrupt, but like, yeah, I think that the problem with Mass Effect 1, as I like to do the problem with statements, it came down to the gameplay a little bit. The cover system was kind of a new idea for them when they were implementing it, and they didn't quite understand how to do correct cover. And I know from my point, I died quite a bit in that game just because my character was like, no, I'm not going to take cover, even though I was there. So
I just found it really boring and repetitive, personally.
I started Mass Effect 1 on the hard difficulty and got my ass kicked for quite a while. But the hard difficulty is not that bad in 2. It's more balanced, I think, and playing a Vanguard is badass.
It is. It's super fun. I'm enjoying Vanguard very much.
I have also been playing Mass Effect 2 quite a bit, but I went out of town to visit family for a week, and while I was there, I brought my trusty Nintendo Switch and finally got to throw in Monster Hunter Rise, which I've been waiting to play for a time when I was on the go with the Switch, and I should have played it earlier because goddamn, I love Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter Rise is the recent one?
It's the Nintendo only recent one, yeah.
And have
Wow.
you played the other, like, were you into the Monster Hunter games before, or is
Not
it
really,
like your
just
wow,
World. No, World was my first one. So
World? Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
You
World was
latched on to
badass.
World. You played the hell out of World, right?
Oh yeah, like almost. I think they give you that end of the year like things you played on PlayStation wrap up to show you all the hours, and yeah, Monster Hunter World was played that year like well more over everything else.
Huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was a decent game, but I got bored with the gameplay because I chose the bow, and I think I got bored with that. And then instead of starting over with a different weapon, I was just like, I'll find something else to play.
The Charge Blade is where it's at.
That's what I hear.
I just like any game where you can have a distinct build and kind of make it your own and kind of playing co-op. Especially the co-op in those games is done really well in ways that you don't have to talk to anyone. You can like ask for help at any moment, and a bunch of people will fly in and just start messing up a monster with you, and then they're gone. You can just play solo again for a while if you want. It's super easy that way.
does
And,
Rise do co-op as well?
yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same. It's just a little bit. It's a smaller scale, and obviously graphically, it's Switch stuff. But
That's the thing, like with Monster Hunter, I'm always curious because I never really got into them. Like, do they ever do anything really like, oh, this really changed up the formula of how we kill monsters and grind for, whatever items you need? Like, it just seems like it's always the same game, unless I'm mistaken.
I can't really speak to that because I only know World and Rise at this moment. But I mean, I think that Switch, maybe they wanted a Monster Hunter on Switch, and it's a lot like World, so they have one now. As far as the Monster Hunters before that, I assume they're the same, but it just gets you hooked with the. Like I said, any game that has like a build that you can have a very distinct build with different perks that you can kind of like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but kind of
Optimize.
damn it, what is the word I'm looking for?
Try it in German.
Optimieren.
Comes out
know.
easier in German.
It does. It really does.
It comes.
Anyway.
It's more natural.
It's very good.
No, I'm glad though. I mean, like I think that a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people talking about the new Monster Hunter, and honestly, I think this one is really, like what World did is taking that kind of like what a lot of people liked about Monster Hunter, and I think it made it more
For the kiddies?
accessible. Yeah, for the kiddies, it made it a little bit more accessible. It sounds like so. I mean that's awesome.
When I listen back to this and edit it, I know I'm going to, as soon as I hear this part, the word I was thinking of is going to come straight to my head, because what happened last time when I said take heed, I realized the word I was looking for was take umbrage.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, see, you could just edit that in post.
I do want you to edit the actual word, but like do it so it's so out of sync from what actually was being said that it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like what is happening.
Can do like a closing segment where you're fact checking, everything that we talked about.
Yeah, I hope they don't take umbrage to us playing some of the games they play in the other
The word we were
podcasts.
looking for was umbrage. Ryan, what have you been playing, man?
So a couple of games actually. So I've actually on the Switch itself, I've actually been diving back into the world of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which is yes, a lot of words in Japanese, but what it is essentially it's an HD remake of a game that I really enjoyed back in the PlayStation 2 era. And the Shin Megami series is basically take Pokemon but make it demonic. So Pokemon. And the idea is that you're a demon that you are recruiting other demons to join your party, but it's not by capturing, it's by bartering with them, talking with them, trying to do what you can to, basically get them to join. And then they have a whole fusion system where you can fuse two monsters together, a la like Digimon, I guess, and you can make like a new monster out of that. And it's actually it's played really well. I remember really enjoying it back in the PlayStation 2 era, and then we're on this advent of a lot of remakes. There's a lot of games that are coming back, and they're like, oh yeah, we're bringing it back in this HD remake. It's gonna be amazing. But there are reasons why some games were better left in the past in terms of how the gameplay is. It is very it is very grindy. It is an RPG, and it is an RPG to its core. So it's very much you're running around, take 2 steps, all of a sudden random encounter, random encounter, random encounter, and it's like, oh my god, I please stop with this. And so I mean, I'm enjoying it for sure. I think it's good, but it is a testament to how old some of these series are, and like how outdated some of the ideas for these type of games are. But
Yeah, I've heard that name kicked around a lot. I
Yeah.
actually never knew what the game was exactly. Maybe I would like
What is
that.
it? It's Taisetsu no Mono Protect My Balls?
yes, exactly. I believe
Oh,
it's
okay.
the third one where you become the Saiyan. It's crazy. Yeah, you get
No, what's the game again? What's it called? I was trying to Google it.
Shin Megami Tensei, right? Shin Megami.
It's called Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. It's the third one of the Shin Megami series. The 5th game coming out, apparently rumored to come out this year potentially, which will be interesting. And I guess on top of that, I have played a little bit of Biomutant because I hate my life.
Oh,
And
yes.
it is, man, there's so many people. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this probably have read reviews or watched any of the video reviews, and what they say is pretty much true. It's what they did was they tried to take a lot of elements, throw them into a pot, and say, okay, this is going to make a game. And although some of the elements work well together as a game, a lot of the elements don't work well with the game, so it becomes almost overburdened with a bunch of just unnecessaries. It's like, do you want an alignment system? We have an alignment system. Do you want to be able to have all the skills? There's a skill-based system. There's a fighting system. The whole thing is just like they definitely, it seemed like the developers had an idea and they didn't know how to scope it right, so they just kept increasing the scope without.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've heard.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it's a testament to it's basically like making a stew, but adding ingredients that really don't add to the stew or the flavor of the stew, but it's just there. And but it's very interesting, and narratively it's structured. It's structured kind of oddly. You have essentially only 2 to 3 voice actors in that game, one of them being the main narrator, and that narrator actually narrates the majority, if not all, of the creatures in that world, because the creatures in that world speak in, I guess, like a sim like language where
Oh yeah, he's like translating. Yeah, I did hear about that.
so
like,
you'll hear
constantly.
I know
exactly. So you'll hear a blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden he'll go, "What he said was." So every line of dialogue
That sounds
is
terrible.
that, and on paper it's like, that's a unique concept. That sounds cool. In practice, it's skip, 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 skip. I don't care about the babble that they're saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would annoy the piss out of me, man.
So-
It's hard enough for me to pay attention to exposition, so.
Yeah, I that would be a game that I might hop into, but there's just so many things I'm trying to play now, and trying to finish Disco Elysium too, which I don't know why I haven't finished yet, but I do love that game.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that one's on my list. I still need to, well, actually buy it.
I definitely think Biomutant, if it ever goes on like a deep sale or like, I think if you have EA, what is the EA Play or
Plus
whatever,
or something.
Play
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
Pro
EA, you can play us now. Subscription, it is free on that. So yeah, I mean, I would say give it a shot if you have that, just to kind of get an idea, because you could see what they were going for, and you're like, oh my god, you guys were so close.
Yeah, I'll probably do it
close.
eventually when things are drier. But speaking of things not being dry at all, to this week is actually pretty big for me at least. Tomorrow is Ratchet and Clank,
Yay!
and the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade DLC, which I'm pretty hyped about both of those equally, honestly.
I think we take those in strides, right? No, I'm very excited about the both of those. I think I'm gonna go Intergrade and wait on a little bit of the Ratchet and Clank, just because I never really played any of the Ratchet and Clank
Oh
games.
man, they're such good platformers. Oh my god, they're so fun.
I feel like if I bought it, it would literally be because I own a PS5, so I have to justify why I have it. Like
They're
It'll
just
be worth
super
it, though.
fun games. They do a great job just making you smile while you're playing their games. That's exactly what happened to me with the one on PlayStation 4. I absolutely loved it. I need to get a PS5 so I can play this
think
game.
all PS5 owners can. If I'm maybe I'm wrong about this, but you can play Ratchet the PS4 version for free right now. Isn't it part of that collection of PS4 games you can play? I think it is.
I think it
But
is as well. Yeah,
That game is awesome. Totally worth getting.
No, for sure. And I mean, obviously it's Insomniac, so they're rarely a miss when it comes to any sort of games. From my perspective, though, it's more of a like. It's not like I would be afraid to step into it because I haven't played the other ones. It's like, oh, I don't know what's going to be going on. I mean, it's a what is it, a wombat and a robot thing. So I mean, like, you know, I think I'm be pretty caught up with that.
Yeah, I mean that's simplifying. It's a space wombat.
It's a space wombat. It's a spombat.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that what
it's an
they're
important
called?
distinction.
Spombats.
I'm surprised that Final Fantasy VII isn't doing like a what do they call that season pass type thing for the stuff they want to release on it. Well, I'm not surprised actually.
I mean, I would feel like the way they're doing it now actually gets them more money than a season.
Well, wait a
pass
minute. I don't
would.
think there isn't any talk of anything beyond this for DLC. I don't think, as far as I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Square Enix has a conference at E3, which I know we'll be talking about in this sec.
Oh
but,
yeah.
like Square Enix will be having a conference. It is very possible that they go, all right, we just did Yuffie. Now we're gonna do Vincent, and I'm
Vincent's
gonna
coming,
lose my crap.
That would
man.
bum me out. I don't think they're going to do that, but that would bum me out.
What?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that with like Kate Sith, since
But
he was
you-
such
you
like
wanna-
a useless character in the original.
I mean, I totally play it, but I would rather them save that stuff and work on the next game. You know
That
what
is
I
the
mean?
difference
Awaited-
between you and me, my friend.
And the long-awaited Kate Sith prequel. that
Right,
everyone's
exactly.
been clamoring for.
They
Wait,
blew it up.
Tim, you would rather they release episodic chapters?
I would
with-
rather them release one gigantic fucking game that I can play.
Well, that would.
There, I said it.
Yeah. Well, I disagree with that because I don't want to wait 15 years to play it.
Hey, made it take a long. No, what? Nope. I'm not going into this right now.
I
Look,
think that
We'll go into this some other time. We got too much content on today's episode. But yes, I have a lot of complaints about Final Fantasy VII Remake. And eventually you guys are going to hear about it.
I think because you were talking to me about this a little bit through text message, and it immediately made me think that if you took out there honestly is some fillery, boring side questy stuff in Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? Even if you took all that fluffy stuff out and had the main game in there, the main path game, I think it totally stands up against other AAA games and is badass. So I just think the side stuff to do is the combat's fucking awesome. So it didn't bother me to go do other stuff. You know what I mean?
That was the only thing that I liked about it, though. Like, I don't really like the combat. And I thought everything was so goddamn dragged out that I had a hard time enjoying it, like maybe other people did. So I don't know. Nope, you're not pulling me in. I'm not doing it.
yeah, I think that's completely fair. It's definitely a fair statement to go, okay, well, so you've titled this Final Fantasy VII Remake. You didn't say Part 1, didn't say anything of that nature. You said Final Fantasy VII Remake, but you're only giving us Midgar.
Midgar edition,
Which is, I mean, if they would have called it Final Fantasy VII Midgar or something like that, then it would be a little bit more understandable. But
a single game with a quite confusing story, but still something that could be compressed into, a game kind of thing. There was games that have come out with way more content than Final Fantasy VII Remake did, but they're going to do it like one piece at a time, and it's always going to be $60 and now $70 per game,
Oh, that's
not
gonna be the
including the
question.
DLC characters and
Oh yeah.
other crap. They're going to, Zack Edition is going to come out and all this other crap, and it's just this big grab when they could have just said, oh, I guess people want this game. Let's make a whole game.
Yeah.
I just don't see it that way because I think they made a 40-hour Midgar game, but it's a quality game, so it doesn't bother me.
I mean,
don't
we're,
know.
we're talking part of the game that is 2 to 3 hours at max of the original game. They expanded out to about 30 to 40 hours. It's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
I particularly enjoyed going to Jesse's mom's house for dinner. I thought that was a really great inclusion. I'm glad they put that in the game.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
I did.
It was a big fucking waste of my time as a gamer.
Getting more time with the side characters was awesome for me. I don't know. Getting to, I guess there isn't much news. I mean, other than Ratchet and Clank coming out, the biggest news going on right now is E3 about to happen.
Oh shit!
I think a lot of podcasts do predictions and things that come out before E3, but with us being a brand new podcast and it happening this weekend, actually starting tomorrow, is the Summer Games Fest stream from Jeff Keighley. And I think if Sony's going to be showing anything, it'll be tomorrow, actually, at that event. But we did come up with some predictions. I like Tim. You don't listen to gaming podcasts like I do, and I tried to give you an idea of how the predictions could go and make them like not too obvious, but not too.
I did 3 different ones here. I got one that I think I'm hopeful for that it might be possible. I've got one that is probably unlikely, but would still be really cool if they did it. And I got one that is probably not likely at all, but if it does happen to happen, I'll feel really
That
awesome.
makes sense. I just bring that up because the example one you sent me was like Hideo Kojima announces breathing simulator called, and then you actually gave it a name, and I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was ridiculous.
I thought you were going to say something to the effect of Kojima comes on stage, states he's the reincarnation of Jesus Christ, and said he's like, it's like,
and then actually is.
and
then
then
floats away.
Actually goes, I
proves
must
to be
return
that,
to
yeah.
my home planet now. It just like scrolls off the page.
So
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I had just gotten home. We were putting together the stuff for this, and I wrote 2 of them down, and the third one I'll come up with as we go, I suppose. But I'll kick it off here, and with my most pessimistic prediction, which I'm
Found the
kind of
name.
I'm kind of sad to say this, but I'm going to guess that the new Nintendo is going to be announced with absolutely no mention of Breath of the Wild 2.
So like so you're saying that the Switch Pro, the fabled, the worst kept secret in video game history, the
Yeah.
Switch Pro, it will be announced, but I guess like within the same broadcast, just
No. All E3 weekend, we will not hear anything about
not
Breath of the
one
Wild 2.
single thing about Breath of the Wild 2.
I think that's possible. I think they set that up in the Nintendo Direct or whatever when they came on and said, "We're sorry, we got nothing to show you." So if they had nothing then, what the fuck are they going to have now?
I kind of want them to come out and do this same exact thing. Just have them come out and just stand in the screen. You're like, oh, here we go, Breath of the Wild 2. He goes, yeah, we still don't got anything for you. Sorry, bye.
It just says, "Yeah, we got nothing," and then they do their little click.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but also I might be shooting myself in the foot with even the console being announced because if I remember correctly, they put out a teaser for what they're doing at E3, and it said something in the marketing about like, or in the ad for it about like software, like stressing it was software, and some people were reading that as them saying they're not presenting hardware, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, so my general hope, especially with the introduction of the Switch Pro, is we finally start seeing that handshake that has been starting to form with Nintendo and Microsoft, and we do get the idea, or at least a potential for the Game Pass on Nintendo Switch.
Ooh,
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nintendo doesn't tend. Well, I don't know. They've never really done anything like that before, have they? I guess.
So they've been tampering with. They've actually had some releases that were pure stream only. Like Control came out on Switch that was stream only, and it was, to my knowledge, it was a little bit of a success. So I think that they could take that structure and kind of implement it, because you obviously with Xbox Game Pass you can do the cloud-based gaming. If they've already kind of started working on that
Do
technology,
they do that? Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So they could potentially implement that with the Switch Pro if it has a better processor, better, wireless card built inside of it. They could definitely tamper with that, and I could see some potential there.
Well, can you wrap that into one of your predictions, or what? Or did you have one
I
in
think
there?
that Nintendo's going to announce that they're going to partner with Microsoft and do Game
Oh, okay.
Pass. No, I actually think that is a legitimate thing that will occur. I think with the advent of the Switch Pro, I think that just comes. That is just the bow on top of the present. That is anything Nintendo really offers us. I think that honestly, it really makes sense. It's kind of the timing is right. You've seen it in the past where they have done stuff in partner with Microsoft. You've seen them being able to do some of the streaming stuff on the Switch itself. I think it's time they maybe embrace this partnership, and I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I've thought of that before, but I don't know why I didn't think of it happening this weekend at E3. But you're right, it is possible.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Pretty hype moment there. So, all right, Tim, what's your number one?
My number one, and this is the one I want most of all. I want Metroid Prime 4. I want it super bad, and not only that, but I also want a re-release of the Prime trilogy on the Switch. So I refuse to give up on that prediction. I'm going to keep on predicting it. My heart was broken into tiny pieces several years ago when whomever got on and said we got to start from scratch. But that was several years ago. So is it possible?
So is that a joint prediction saying Prime 4 announced and the collection?
Yep, both
All
at the
right.
same time. I went all in on that one. So.
Gotcha. I'll accept that. Very good.
The problem is it's weird. Metroid always seems like Nintendo doesn't care about that license as much as it cares about some of its other licenses, and I don't understand why. If maybe it was because some of the previous ones didn't do as well as they were expecting, and so they don't put as much stock into it. That there are obviously the Redditors and the people online and people clamoring for the new Metroids, but maybe behind the scenes they're just saying it's not selling as well as some of these other properties, so that's why we're not seeing these games really. The Prime trilogy, maybe they just don't think it's worth the budget just to go in and do that versus maybe another game series.
My Metroid knowledge is kind of shameful. I have only played Metroid on NES. I have a lot of catching up to do there.
Oh my god, I've always loved that series. I guess I started on Super Metroid, so I never really played the one for Nintendo. I
I love the first one. I loved
an
it.
emulator a couple years ago and was like,
what
wow,
was
this
that game
is
that
old
came out?
and shit.
Axiom Verge. Did you play that, Tim?
Yeah, that game was dope.
Yeah, that was big ass original Metroid vibes.
I'm a platformer boy. So that Axiom Verge I thought was really cool. It subverted a lot of expectations. Like it looked like Metroid and started to kind of feel like it felt just a little bit like Metroid, but then the mechanics of it were ended up being completely different. Like the way they let you go from new area to new area kind of thing were completely unique. The bosses and animations in it was super cool. Very unlike Metroid. So
yeah, I should really play Super Metroid, honestly.
I've tried to get you to play Super Metroid, and you
I
just
think
refuse.
I began, but there's always just so many games coming out.
I just sit and watch them speed runs.
Well, the
all
good
day.
thing
They're
about,
so entertaining.
Super Metroid, man, is if you got the Nintendo subscription, it's on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's where I played it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've only played Prime 2 Echoes, to be honest. So I just never owned them on the older systems, so I never went back and did it. So this is one reason why I'm very excited about a potential re-release of the trilogy.
And why I would really like the trilogy too. I've never played any of the trilogy, so
my God.
I would really love that because I would 100% like that. That would happen.
I remember one boss on Prime 2 Echoes or whatever. It's I don't know. You fight this big dragonfly thing that flies out of purple muck, and it's like a 40-minute long fight. It is so fucking fun the whole time.
Another Nintendo game that I've never played that I've been waiting to play is Wind Waker. I've been waiting for them to announce that for Switch.
Yeah,
I really want
highly recommend. They did the HD remake on the Wii U, and they streamlined it a bit. A lot of the sailing portions where you had to discover stuff underwater, that they kind of streamlined that a lot more, so it's not as tedious. God, it is one of the most Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's one
I've
of
been
my
very
favorite.
close to getting a Wii U emulator to play that, but I didn't do it for some reason.
It is one of like it is kind of up there as one of my favorite Zelda. I mean, Breath of the Wild holds a dear place in my heart, obviously, and Link to the Past is always going to be my favorite Zelda game. But I think that
We're on the same page there. Those
Wi-
are my top two.
yeah, Wind
sure.
Waker is so close to the top for me. Just how it delivers everything, uh, just the amount of it's just such an interesting game because when it was first announced and when people were first looking at the new Zelda game that was going to come out for the GameCube, they were showing tech demos and it was all 3D and it looked amazing. And we were like, oh my God, we're going to get a dark, realistic Legend of Zelda game. But that turned out to be Twilight Princess later on. But when we got the cartoonish one, man, when I was a kid, I was just like, oh, that's lame. That's kind of dumb. And when I played it, it blew me away. It was so well done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be awesome to have that on
yeah.
Switch. I actually love Twilight Princess too. But moving on, my second is that Starfield will have a Keanu level celebrity in it.
I can dig that. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Do we want to do a prediction on who we think would be?
I bet more. I bet more than just Keanu, though. I bet several.
Do you
think so?
Do you think it will be a big sci-fi name? A big name that is in the sci-fi universe will be in this game.
What's the name of the woman that's I don't know, Aliens? What's her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
She has like cameos in every fucking weird movie nowadays, so she'll probably have a big role in it.
Yeah,
I'll say that I don't know if it's a big sci-fi star, but if you want me to get more specific, I'll say the person will have been in a sci-fi movie.
I like it. Jerry Ryan. That's my prediction.
I could see it would be great if they got some William Shatner in there. I tell you what, just get some original Kirk in there.
I'd be getting too old for this shit at that point.
My God, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of candidates could do that, but I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to go with that celebrity route. I kind of don't think they are. That was like a wild guess that might.
I didn't realize until you said Starfield out loud. Maybe it's the first time I've heard it out loud that it rhymes with Garfield, and it totally made me laugh. So you're like Starfield and Friends.
Starfield, starring Garfield.
I didn't think of that either.
Bill Murray in it.
Oh my God! If Starfield starred Bill Murray, that would be the best ever.
That would be amazing.
All right, Tim, you're. Wait, did I have Ryan go second or you?
No one knows anymore.
Remember.
It's all mystery.
Sure, Tim. What's your second?
I don't know. This one's a rando, but I was just thinking about it today. I think it'd be cool to see a new game in the Chrono series. I think that'd be a cool IP to bring back.
So it's not like so just to clarify, we're not doing a remake of Chrono Trigger.
Not a remake.
Right,
no. Chrono Trigger's already perfect. You don't need to fuck with that one. That game is already incredible.
What if I
Chrono
told
Cross...
you my prediction is they are going to do a remake of Chrono Trigger?
Is it really? Oh man,
I would put money down that
I wouldn't want to see
one.
like a remake, but I would totally get down on like a reimagining kind of thing of Chrono Trigger.
Ooh.
I bet that'd be like to really expand.
Do what they did with Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I totally.
Yeah, but all in one game where they're not trying to rob you. So
no,
and not put a whole bunch of boring shit in it.
Actually, the whole game takes place in that one town at the beginning of the game.
That's it. Yeah,
you don't even time travel.
You go to Lean Square, and that's all you do. It's all mini games with Marley chasing you around.
It's Marley.
The difference there is that Midgar
contests and fighting Gato.
Midgar is cool enough to warrant a full game.
Gato is the final boss of the first Chrono remake game.
Who is the developer of Chrono Trigger? I don't know that series very well.
Square, wasn't it? Square Soft, Square Enix,
Square.
Was it
okay.
was called at the time? Yeah.
Interesting. I think they have their own conference, so could be.
Yeah. What do you think, Tim? Like, if it was so we had Chrono Trigger, we had Chrono Cross, obviously, which is the unsung hero. I enjoyed that game quite a bit. What do you think would be like? What would you call the next Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Magnum.
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. Magnum because it's large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the last
he's
thing
like,
they did
"I-
in that universe?
Get back on this track.
The what?
No, I'm just curious. What's the last Chrono Trigger game that ever came out?
Chrono Cross.
How long
Yeah,
ago
it's been a
was
long
that?
time.
That was the
okay.
original PlayStation game. I want to say that was 1999.
There was another one that was, I think, only released in Japan.
And they for sure still own the IP and all that?
I don't fucking know.
No, well,
Um,
and they have done quote unquote remakes of Chrono Trigger in the sense of like, oh, we put it on Steam with updated graphics or something. But
There we go. There was another game called Radical Dreamers Nusumenai Hoseki.
God bless you.
yeah.
Okay,
God.
Ryan, number 2.
So I mean, I think that in the looking, I guess back at we'll do Microsoft and Bethesda because they're doing a joint conference together. I think we may get. This is a little bit of a stretch, but I do think we are going to get a little bit of a tease of a potential Doom 3 coming out.
Ooh.
I think Doom 2 came out about a year and a half ago or so.
Yeah.
I think I think they got the kind of engine down, and I think they got an idea of where to take the story enough that they can give a tease of, yes, we are
I could see
working
a
on
tease,
it.
maybe. But
No, I'm not saying like a full gameplay footage. I'm not even saying
Yeah.
a video. I'm saying they are going to say that they are currently in development for
There's
Doom
now
3.
2 grappling hooks.
We got 2 grappling hooks, and we can rip someone to shreds with it. I mean, that would be pretty badass, actually. But I mean, I think that we're gonna start to.
That is kind of badass. Good idea.
Yeah, I think they are gonna maybe tease something of that vein. I will also, sorry to caveat that, just because I'm on the same conference. This hurts. I do think though they are going to also announce a new Fallout game. I think
Like a
Why?
Like a
I don't
5?
understand why you'd think that. Because, I mean, I feel like they're pretty busy with Star.
No, I think they're going to probably do a mobile. I think they're going to go down the route of what Blizzard's doing with Diablo, and I think they're going to.
You guys don't have phones?
Yeah, I know, right? Because they do have a Fallout they have Fallout shelters for mobile,
Yeah.
and that was wildly successful. And they haven't really done much with that since its release, and that was several years ago. I
The
feel
game was awesome, and yeah, they have updated little things here
Well,
and there.
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
it's always been like the same game, I guess, except when they except when they introduced the exploring outside the vault stuff.
Well, if Todd Howard is to be believed, it's Starfield and then Elder Scrolls 6.
And
Do you think we
friends.
see any Elder Scrolls 6?
no.
Oh yeah, there was that teaser for that. Man, there's no fucking
No.
way Fallout is
No.
going to be on the block. I don't believe it.
I mean,
I
if
think
it's a
you're wrong.
mobile game, it's possible. I don't know how many. They have a lot of teams there, I think.
I think it. Well, that's why I'm saying it's going to be a mobile game. I don't know in vein of what, but it is going to be a Fallout property on mobile, and it will. I mean, I just Shelters was so good that they should capitalize more on that. And I assume they will.
Oh yeah, because that worked so well for 76.
Yeah,
Jesus, no, I don't believe it for a second.
that's
I-
fair.
I think you're a liar.
That'd be-
That's right.
well,
I am a Nostradamus of liars here.
Yeah.
I can predict my lies.
Lying, guessing, son
Oh
of a
my
bitch.
God, how dare
But okay, just
I.
to be clear, your prediction wasn't Fallout, though. It was
It was
Doom, right?
It was. They were going to announce that they are in development, working currently with Doom 3. They may have like a title card or something
Okay.
to show, but they're not going to show anything else other than them saying they're working on Doom 3.
Okay, I think we are around to the beginning of the last picks, right? Number
Yeah.
3, number
Yeah.
3. So this is the one that I came up with while sitting here. At least one PlayStation game will be pimped at the Xbox Bethesda conference.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning they are going to advertise a PlayStation game there because Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are both Bethesda games that are still about to come to PlayStation.
Okay.
So for the first time maybe ever, we will see a PlayStation game promoted at Microsoft conference, and it'll be weird. Or they're PlayStation
I don't
only
understand.
games. They're
They're
exclusives.
PlayStation only games that
Correct.
you think will be advertised at Xbox.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said exclusive. Exclusive PlayStation game at the Xbox conference shown.
As in, it's coming out on Xbox as well, and that's the announcement?
No.
Wait.
No. They're promoting it as a Bethesda game that's only coming to PlayStation.
Why would they do that? There's no sense in that. Why don't we just wait until the PlayStation section?
That's why it's a wild prediction. But it's still a Bethesda game.
Microsoft owns Bethesda, though. Why? What? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, Bethesda's showing their games there, and they're having the same conference, right? And they have 2 games coming out that are PlayStation exclusives.
Only coming out for PlayStation?
I believe so. Yeah. Same thing with Deathloop.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
I would need to look that up. I mean, I need a fact checker here.
That's why it's very weird, but also in a very small realm of possibility. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It would be a weird thing to see, but I think it's possible if they have these 2 games coming out and they'd say nothing about them. You know what I mean?
Loop says it's coming out on Microsoft Windows as well. So
which one?
Deathloop. It says platforms Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 5.
But no Xbox.
Right, not on Xbox.
Yeah, not on Xbox. It's a Microsoft product, though.
What about Ghostwire?
Make any goddamn sense? Why wouldn't they just? If they're gonna put it on PC and they're gonna put it on PlayStation.
Ghostwire is coming out for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S.
Why would Microsoft limit the content to like one console owner or the other?
Money.
That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't money make more sense to do it the other way, especially since it's going out on a console that isn't theirs?
Well, so I guess I'm curious if the current Xbox Series S and X, if they're taking a hit on the console itself, or if they're actually getting a profit off the console. I don't know if they undersold or oversold their console. Depending on that, they have to make up their money back somehow to guarantee that people buy their consoles so they get their money. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying about that.
Bethesda says yes, Deathloop is still PS5 exclusive despite Xbox buyout. While developers behind Deathloop are now technically under the Microsoft umbrella, it looks like the game will still release first on PS5.
Something I don't know, man. These first
I maybe believe like an announcement that they're also going to put it on.
Yeah, I mean, like that's. I don't like these whole like it's coming out first exclusively for this as a time release, or I always find that to be. I mean, like the developers have to be hurting themselves by doing that.
Well, I'm not saying I agree with that. I just think it's going to happen that they're going to have to promote a PlayStation first game at their show, and it's going to be very weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with that. Yeah, I mean,
and it could totally not happen at all. I mean, it could be that they just don't say anything about them, which would also be kind of strange, but it's probably more likely.
There's no way. No, they would have to. I mean, because like, unless they come out and go, also Dishonored 3, even though we've been working on Deathloop. Yeah, I don't know. that's not.
I mean, I can change it if you guys think it's too easy.
No. We can just move on to the next.
No, you keep your stupid prediction, and we'll keep going.
Keep your stupid prediction in your pocket.
No. You sit there and think about how dumb your prediction was, and we'll come back to it.
All right, I got an idea. I got an out there idea.
Okay.
It might not be so out there. Okay, because given Xbox track record, I could see Xbox introducing a cloud-only hardware system that's cheaper and more affordable and accessible.
Yes,
it's called the Xbox Series XS 361.
It's actually called the Xbox Series S.
Wait, that's a thing?
Well, the Xbox Series S it's digital only. Like you can.
No, I'm not talking digital only. I'm not talking digital downloads. I'm talking cloud streaming. Cloud streaming hardware. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean.
That's what's starting to happen. I mean,
okay, so it would be a box that would not need a hard drive then, I guess.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yep. It's just a small box that has just got really good networking and a decent processor and a lot of onboard RAM and it's cheaper and
I guess.
Actually, it wouldn't even need that much processing power, which might make it something that's cheaper because it's so hard to get powerful processors right now. This is a way to get people gaming on their systems.
Yeah, there might be a reason why that's a completely batshit idea, but I'm not thinking of it right now. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
All right.
And they're going to announce it at the PlayStation event.
We're insane.
All right, Ryan, last one.
They stumble on to the PlayStation like press conference. They're like, oh shit. Well, we're gonna announce this anyways. My announcement is
You have an announcement?
my announcement is my prediction, which is what I'm holding in my hand right now. I'm Perd Hadley. So my prediction is the wild one, the Steam console, and I think it's going to be a Switch-based Steam console, done in the vein of the Nintendo Switch, hardware built inside. You can download Steam games onto it and play on the go.
Interesting.
All right. I can see that.
There's been talks about them working on a new console idea. They had their what was it? The Steam, like what was their streaming? Whatever application they had. I think I think it's about time that they kind of strike with it, because think about it. You have such a large Steam library to be able to launch a console that can run these kind of things and then be able to play it on the go. I just feel like that's money.
Yeah, a large steamy library.
A steamy pile of library.
All right, yeah, it's a little wacky, but it could happen. I'll
Yep,
accept
I like
that
it.
one. All right, so are we gonna have
also
anybody?
Will be announced on the PlayStation press conference.
Are we gonna have anybody? Like if one of us actually like wins this little game we're playing with predictions, do we get something, or is it just bragging rights? Do you think?
You get a steamy pile of Steam library.
I'm gonna go with bragging. I'm gonna go with bragging rights, and
bragging
then we
rights,
can
yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
We can continue before every like big release party kind of thing with predictions, and whoever has the most by the end of the year, I don't know, wins.
Okay. Well, I think we have ourselves some predictions then. And before we move on to our first game, which also I guess I didn't mention what we do here usually, but you'll see in the description of our podcast that we're a gaming show that plays games about games. So the meat of this will be playing games like trivia, like the trivia game that Tim has come up with. We're about to play. Right before we do that, I wanted to do like a quick for the listeners who don't know, I've known Tim a long time. I know his gaming taste pretty well. Ryan, I've only hung out with a few times at parties, and we haven't talked about games a whole lot. Maybe sometimes when I was drunk and don't remember. I don't know. So I thought I'd Ryan give you like a lightning round real quick of games for you to give me a S to F ranking on, just to give me and the listeners an idea of your taste in games. Does that sound good for you?
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick without thinking off the top of your head.
So either S or F.
Between S, like F, D, C. Damn it! Why am I going that way?
You know all the letters between S and F. Come on.
S, A, B, C, D, F.
This game is pure. It's a Q all the way. I love it. It's so
From
good.
this moment on, I am deciding from this moment on this podcast, when we rank things, we are going to have an S tier, because it broke my heart that we had to put Fallout 3 in a B. I really wanted it to be an A, so we need an S.
It broke my heart that New Vegas had to sit at an A when it should have been an S.
Yeah, we need it. From now on, there will be an S. Okay, are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Lightning round.
All right.
Last of Us 1. Last of Us 1.
C.
Last of Us 2.
C.
Red Dead 2.
C.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
D.
Civilization 6.
B.
Disco Elysium.
D.
Final Fantasy Remake. 7 Remake.
S.
Final Fantasy 7 Original.
S.
Final Fantasy 6.
B.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
D.
God of War 2018.
A.
Super Mario World.
A.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's more for me to kind of know what's going on, but I'll go back and
I don't know if I
editing.
know you anymore,
and
but I know I
studies-
like you less.
Yeah, study this a little bit better.
I have just ostracized myself from half of the listeners. They're like,
So many
okay,
people
well,
just
this guy
stopped listening to
doesn't
this podcast. Yeah.
this guy doesn't know games. All right.
Did you say you said C for both Last of Us? Is that right?
So Last of Us 1, I played probably half of it, and just
Same.
I can't get into the gameplay of that. Like, the story's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the story. In fact, I watched the YouTube video that showed the entirety of the story because I thought it was so good. Gameplay is so boring. It's so boring.
Someone told me recently that gameplay is king, and that game did not have it.
But, so
You're
like,
right, and that's why I separate these things. Like games like Last of Us are in a different category to me. That would probably be at the top of that list of that category. But when you're talking about gameplay and the fact that I love gameplay being first and foremost, that's why Bloodborne is like my favorite game of all time. But there is another list that Last of Us would be at the top of when it comes to narrative and story.
We
yeah,
can do that tier list some other time.
I think that the problem with it is it has the same feeling as Uncharted for me. Funny because same developers, and it doesn't it just feels a little like cumbersome a lot of times when I'm playing that game. Like I don't feel like I think Tim and I are more like we both like the Doom series a lot, and that's probably because we like to be in your face blowing.
I have to feel like there's
crap
some
up.
stigma going on right now that I don't like stealth games because that's a damn lie. There are stealth games that I like. Just Last of Us was not one of them.
I like Tenchu. All right, I said it. There.
Yeah, Tenchu's the shit.
Tenchu is great. It's the best stealth.
No, I mean Mark of the Ninja I liked a lot. What's that game with the rats? Plague Tale has a lot of stealth in it, and I like that one a whole lot.
Actually,
too.
Ryan, I meant to. What did you say for Metal Gear Solid 5?
I believe I said a D.
And I don't think I said it, but how about Metal Gear Solid 1?
Probably a B.
Interesting.
So I think you're gonna learn this about me, listeners, and you guys really as well. I'm as much as I love an open world, I think there is enough is enough with when it comes to that, and I really like a structured environment more so because I
Well, that's
like
interesting because you and Tim agree on The Last of Us not being hyped on it, but I know for a fact that you and Tim disagree because he loves Metal Gear Solid 5 like I do.
Yeah,
That's something you're going to learn about me.
I thought you were about to say I something.
Sorry,
But that was just
he's also a Viking.
No, I was
For our
also I like
listeners who are
pirate games. Yeah,
Viking. Yeah, there you go.
That was an A. That was an AYE. Okay.
yeah, that was
That was
an
an I.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that it's really for me. So like, take a look at the Far Cry series. Although Far Cry 6
No.
looks. and scene, and we're done. All right, no, but I mean, like, I think with the Far Cry series, I think you're saying, hey, it's an open world, you can do whatever. It's great. It's almost like if you give me a lot of cake, I'm just gonna eat a lot of cake, and I'm gonna get full really quickly and go, I don't want any more cake. Like, and that's what I feel about open world a lot of times. The difference is, and a lot of people are going to go, well, Breath of the Wild was open world. To a degree, I would say it is open world.
To a degree.
But I think that there's also some structure that makes sense in that game versus I can go anywhere, do anything, whatever in a Far Cry game, but like a lot of environments are just the same. Nothing really
It's
has
okay
shifted.
to just be picky about it, but don't go trying to tell me that Breath of the Wild wasn't a big fucking open world game. That's all it was.
It's
I didn't
not-
even think.
it's
Yeah,
not
Metal Gear
as-
Solid 5 didn't even feel that much. I mean, it was an open world, but I never felt like I was going out to explore it. It's like every time I'm doing something in that game, I have a place to go. It doesn't feel like a big exploratory open world.
I was thinking the same thing too. When you described Metal Gear Solid as an open world, I guess technically it is, but it still felt linear.
Well, I guess the question is, what do we classify as open world now? Because like, it's open world, just like I can do anything. My idea of an open world a lot of times is like I can beat the game just going straight to the beating it. Like I can just do whatever I need and beat the game without going through all of the hoops and whatever hassles.
And you call that open world?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
And you're
Yes.
not saying that Breath of the Wild is an open world game?
No, I'm saying Breath of the Wild is an open world, but it's
Gotcha.
structured in a way that I really think is works as an open world. I think the
Gotcha.
problem is there's two definitions of open world. Open world as in, oh my god, there's so much space and so much room for activities. That's great, but are the activities fun and worth doing? Or
Oh man. See, man, Metal Gear Solid 5 had so many activities that were fun to do in that game.
So much
that's
room
why
for
I'm kinda
activities.
surprised by it. Like that game was I don't know, you had all your different allies that you could run around with. You had all the different like areas that you could explore, and then you had all the different weapons and devices.
Gadgets, the
and
amount of gadgets you
call-in
keep
gadgets,
unlocking
yeah.
for like 80 hours, you keep unlocking new shit. Yeah, it's fun.
You were wrong. No, you're not wrong.
I mean,
but I get it. You're picky. I am too. So, don't.
It's hard for me to even like complete a game nowadays. Like I will get on the track of like, okay, I'm gonna beat this game, and then I'll just like another game will come out. I'm ADD about it, and I'm like, all right, I'm immediately on this other game. So it's
for
hard
sure.
for me to be really like the latest biggest struggle I had was I got Pokemon Snap and I beat it, but man, was that a struggle? Because I'm like, this is so tedious and so boring. Like, why did I get this? Because the first few hours is so much fun, and then it just gets so repetitive, and you're like, oh, that's right, I'm just on a cart, and I'm taking pictures of Pokemon, and I gave Nintendo $60. Like, what did I just do?
I have never played a Pokemon game, but I think I'm going to play that Aquarius one, the open world one, when it comes out.
Yeah,
to see what the fuss is about.
Just to give it a try.
I'd have to see reviews on it, because what I understand, the last one that came out that had some open worldiness to it, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, there was an open
it was like
area.
a super fucking easy game.
MGS5 is one of those games, like one of my comfort food games that I can play.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I can play it like every couple of years, every year even, like along with Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, and
yeah,
just one of those
I do.
games.
My list on that one is definitely Metal Gear Solid 5, Doom, either one of them, and then Civ 5 and City Skylines. I go back to those ones
are your
all the time.
comfort food games. Like if
Oh
you're
yeah,
like,
for sure.
See, like for me,
They're always installed on my system.
I'm
Basically,
super weird with mine because like so like Shadow of the Colossus, which is one of my favorite games of all time. That is definitely one of my comfort food games. I will go back to that just to go through on it like a quick run of killing a whole bunch of the Colossus, and I won't even really finish the game. I will just do a few of them and go, God, that feels so good, and then that will tide me over. And it's like, oh, the next game came out. Okay, I'm gonna do this. But like there are certain games that I will always go back to and just go like, I'm gonna play a little bit of this. It's like having like an appetizer, and then when another new game comes out, usually is my entree.
Sure. I get that.
Yeah, every time I see like someone on YouTube playing one of those games, I'm like, I gotta play that now. There's too many games. I gotta play this game again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
We are going to Tim's trivia.
Oh,
Our trivia segment, still called "Are You Smarter Than a Leet Gamer?" Do.
I liked what you did with that.
Yeah, thanks.
That's pretty good.
I just whipped that up in Studio One.
Yeah. We're going to have 3 categories with 3 questions each. This will work so that somebody will go first, and then if they can't answer the question, it'll go to the other person, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
Heck yeah. The cons.
Amazing.
What was that? I missed it.
I said
amazing.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, so we'll do a coin flip. This time I'm going to be much more careful with my coin flip and not knock out my audio. Ryan, why don't you call heads or tails in the air?
All right.
Ready? Go.
Tails.
You are wrong.
Oh
it was the opposite of what you said. I can't remember now at this point. So Kenny, the choice is yours. Would you like to go first, or would you like to go second?
I'll go first.
You're gonna go first. Here are the categories: Platformation Station, It's All Relative, and Animal Companions.
I wonder what It's All Relative is about. Let's try it to find out what it is.
All right, this is the special one. So in this category, I'll give you the name of 2 characters. They could be PCs or NPCs from a game, and you tell me how they are related.
Oh my god, okay.
So question number 1, we're going, this should be pretty easy, but we'll see. Mass Effect 2, Morinth, and Samara.
Oh my god. I'm playing that game again now, and I don't even think I've got far into it to run into them again. So the last time I've experienced this was, what was it, 2010 when this came out, or whenever that was? Morinth and so she's an Asari, right? Didn't we just talk about that, or am I wrong? It doesn't matter.
You want me to answer that?
No. I'll just guess and say, thinking of Liara and the mother. That was mother and daughter, so they probably didn't do mother and daughter again. So I'll just guess sisters. Damn it!
That's wrong. We're going to go over to Ryan for the steal. That is Mass Effect 2, Morinth, and Samara.
And you're saying how do they know each other?
How are they related?
They work together.
I'm sorry, you're both incorrect. The answer is mother and daughter.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Knew it.
Oh.
And I won't spoil anything since you're about to jump back into the game, but yeah. they're
So
mother and
wait,
daughter.
yeah, they had Liara and the matriarch mother-daughter in the first game, and then they had another Asari mother and daughter in 2?
Would you believe it?
Is that right?
We're
Okay.
original.
That is absolutely right.
Interesting.
You know the Masaris always having kids.
That's
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I haven't even got that Mass Effect 2 Asari character yet. I'm probably just about to get there, so I just got
It's a good
Jack
one.
and ran into Ashley.
Samara's the Justicar mission when you get it.
Ah, that sounds familiar. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Ryan's turn.
We're going over to Ryan. Ryan, go ahead and pick from Platformation Station, It's All Relative, and Animal Companions.
I'm gonna go Platformation Station for $5 billion, Bob.
Platformation Station. Question 1. This 2018 platformer contains over 150 unique enemies and is extremely buggy.
Extremely buggy platform. 50 enemies. Oh my god. Goat Simulator.
Kenny, question goes over to you, buddy.
This is a kind of a blind guess. This game might be newer than 2018. Maybe not. I think it is. Damn it. Is it Ori and the Will of the Wisps?
It is not.
Fuck.
It is not Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I'm sorry. The answer we were looking for was Hollow Knight. And buggy
Damn,
was
I thought-
a play on words.
I thought that Hollow Knight was older than that. I don't
No,
know
apparently
why I thought that.
2018.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we're still
Off to
tied
a
0-0.
great Hey, I'm tied. I'm happy with this.
I
I
feel pretty good
appreciate
about
the
these questions,
challenge.
though.
Yeah, I
okay.
appreciate the challenge. Let's do it.
All right, well, it's back to Kenny. Kenny, you got Platformation Station, It's All Relative, and Animal Companions.
Well, let's find out about animal companions, Alex.
Animal Companions. First question. In Baldur's Gate, Minsk has a unique pet and companion. What kind of pet and what was its name?
Oh, you son of a bitch. I've only played Baldur's Gate 3, and I love it. What kind of pet and what was its name? There's no way I'm getting this. It was a quasit, and its name is Mortimer.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. This one's going to go to Ryan, who I think is going to get this one. Ryan.
The PC game Baldur's Gate?
The PC game, Baldur's Gate?
Oh no, I never played those. It's a dragon, and his name is Mushu.
Oh, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Oh my goodness. In Baldur's Gate, Minsk, the character, had a pet named Boo the hamster.
Wow.
Famously,
Yeah.
the line, "Go for the eyes, Boo."
I knew that.
Maybe that one should have been higher up. I figured one of you guys would have at least played it.
Nope.
But
I have
guess.
hamster in Mass Effect 2.
Tim, you
I
brought
do.
these trivia questions quite
Yeah,
obtainable.
these they're some of them might be easier. Let's
With how
find
much
out.
I love Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity, I should play those games. But
You
I haven't.
definitely should. You should go back. Yeah. Sure. Maybe I need to have access to y'all's Steam library so I can see what you have and haven't played.
Can you give us something? Give us a softball.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go back to Ryan, who can choose from Platformation Station, It's All Relative, and Animal Companions.
It's all relative, please, Bob.
It's all relative. Now, remember, I'm going to give you the names of 2 characters from a game, and you tell me how they're related.
I like it.
Final Fantasy VI, Drago, and Realm.
They are father and son.
I'm afraid that is incorrect. Going over to Kenny.
Oh man. I played this game for maybe 3 hours.
I know. Just guess 2 relatives. Just give a general relative answer.
Strago and what was the other name?
Realm. And to
Strago
give you a little
Realm.
bit of a hint over Ryan, Strago is a male and Realm is a female.
This is BS.
So you don't guess brothers.
Oh, come on.
A female and a male.
Yeah.
Female and a male. Grandmother and grandson.
That was so close, but I'm afraid that's
Oh,
incorrect.
my
God.
Strago is the grandfather and Realm is the granddaughter.
Son of a
Oh.
bitch.
That was close, though. That was real close.
So close.
Oh,
All right, give me the
man.
last relative one.
All right, it's all relative. This is a hard one.
Damn it.
Which one has been easy?
This one's exceptionally hard. This one I almost didn't put on here because
Great.
This is a really hard one. Okay, so the game is generally just the Warcraft series, but specifically in Warcraft 3, you were introduced to Tyrande Whisperwind and Illidan Stormrage.
Tyrande and Illidan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're half cousins, of course.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Let's
Damn it.
see if we can get Ryan.
Brother and sister?
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect.
Oh, boy.
You're close. That was another close one. They're brother and sister-in-law. Illidan Stormrage, of course, being the brother of Malfurion Stormrage, the
course.
husband of Tyrande Whisperwind.
Of course. Of course. Of
Okay,
course.
so far we are still tied 0-0.
Good trivia. Good trivia.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah,
Someone's going to win this.
yeah, we got to move on though.
By 1 point.
Who's up at this point? Ryan at this point, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
Platformation
Ryan.
Station, please.
Platformation Station. This time warping puzzle platformer gained popularity for being one of the 3 games featured in the 2012 film Indie Game the Movie.
Oh my dear Lord Almighty! I know the answer to this. God. Braid?
That is correct. We have a point on the board
Yes!
for
I did
Ryan.
it!
I
And in
knew
fact,
it was. I knew it
because-
was Fez or Braid, and I probably would have said Fez because I haven't played either of them. I just
No,
kind of remember.
Braid is good. It's a fantastic game. Yeah.
All right, I was waiting to see if you guys were going to say the names of the other games, and you did. So the bonus points are now off the board. Now we're going over to Kenny.
You ruined our bonus point.
The follow-up was going to be name the other 2 games featured in the movie, but it's too
Oh.
late now. We've got 1 more from Platformation Station and 2 more from Animal Companions.
Let's do Animal Companions.
Animal Companions. Question 2. In Dragon Age Origins, you have the opportunity to add a special type of hound, bred for their intelligence and combat ability. What are those hounds called?
Picked all games I've never played. Hellhound.
I'm afraid that is incorrect.
Oh, this
Let's see if
hurts.
Ryan can steal it.
Oh my
I played
god.
Inquisition, but not that one.
Oh
The
man.
type of hounds are mentioned in Inquisition as well, but in
Ah.
Origin specifically, you can play as one.
This sucks because like I loved Origins. Blight Hounds.
I'm afraid that is incorrect. The answer is Mabari hounds.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, I would have got that one.
Hounds. We got 1 more left over from Platformation Station and 1 more left over from Animal Companions. Ryan, it is your board.
Platformation Station.
Platformation Station. This goofy and cartoony platformer features controller buttons for the special abilities Shadow Swap, Intenso, and Puyo.
Guacamelee?
That is correct, Ryan, with another point on the board.
Son of a bitch.
Did you know that one, Kenny, by any chance?
Actually, I might have guessed that, but not off the bat. It was a possibility that I would have said that.
All right, last
That's a
one goes
tough
over to
one.
Kenny. Last one goes over to Kenny. This is a very hard one, but it's got a pretty predictable answer, so it kind
Okay.
of evens out. In the Western-themed comedy RPG West of Loathing, you have a choice between 4 different horses. Aside from the normal horse, name one of the 3 other horses available.
Abnormal horse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shit,
No. Ryan, any guesses?
Ed?
Nope.
There's
Right now,
no Mr. Ed?
the answers are normal horse, pale horse, dark horse, and crazy horse.
Oh.
That's it. With 2 points on the board, Ryan is the winner of trivia this
The
week.
reigning champion. This is a bad showing for the host of this show.
It's
and
okay.
I'm
The next
editing out all of this.
game, I fall all the time, so don't worry about that.
Oh yeah. next time, I whoever does trivia next time, maybe be better at throwing softballs. I don't know. Sorry if I made those too hard, but I thought the listeners might have enjoyed those because they're pretty specific.
Yeah, no, we'll like I said, we'll figure it out as we go. I think obviously a lot of the gaming podcasts out there that do games like this, segments of games, they're like filled with industry people and guys that have been working in games a long time, and they have answers that are pretty damn hard. So I think on our show, we'll kind of split it up 50-50 that like casual gamers would be able to compete as well. Because I don't think that there's a podcast that's really like that. I think it would be good to have like games that people could chime in and actually answer. Like, I don't know, for example, like IGN's or Game Scoop's 20 Questions. I love listening to that segment, and I almost never get them right. I think like once or twice, maybe, out of all the ones I've heard, I've actually guessed the game like halfway through, and I was very excited.
Okay. Maybe that's
was-
something we can consider doing, is that if you guys, neither of you get the question right, we can just stop it and not give you the answer. Take it to the listeners. Let them answer on Twitter for, I don't know, a prize or something.
Well, they can just Google it.
Or they can just Google it.
Well, they can all cheat if we did that, but yeah. They can call us
Oh,
live.
that's right. Yeah, they can call us.
It's live
This is
as we're
perfect.
recording.
Ryan, go ahead and give the listeners your personal phone number.
My phone number is noneyourbusiness at
None ya.
AOL.gmail.
The 20 Questions game that I got was Everybody's Golf, by the way. I was very thrilled about that.
We're all thrilled for
I'm
you.
thrilled for you.
We're
Too.
all
Yeah,
thrilled
that's great, buddy.
That's a really good game, too.
I think it's time for debates.
Slap a debate! Did you like my edited in bass slap
It's
bass?
good.
Boop,
Yeah, it's really
boop,
That was
boop,
my-
boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
My own personal slap performance there.
Now
Whoa.
you all will debate for my entertainment.
Yeah.
Hooray.
So I think, Yeah, I think we're going to try to squeeze in 2 of these because I don't know. These seem like topics that I won't have that much to say, but on the other hand, maybe when Ryan tells me his answer, I'll be able to argue against it a lot more than I have to say about my own. We'll see.
I'm really curious if I know what you chose.
Well, I think we're doing mini game for the first one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do mini games for the first time. For the first one, this time I want you all, between the 2 of you, I want to hear your pick for the best mini game inside another game. Historically,
All right.
Do
Do we
whatever
have
you
a way to determine who's going first?
let's go Kenny first because Ryan went first. No, wait, let's go Ryan first because Kenny went first on trivia.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna give you guys a minute each on your opening statements, and then you can go at it. And for, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes or more, and then
Yeah,
Then
you
we'll
can
have
just
closing.
kind of play it by ear. You can the freeform thing, just kind of whenever you think.
you got it. All right, so go ahead and start it up.
So best mini game inside a game. It comes from a game that you wouldn't expect to have such, I mean, amazing mini games based inside of it. I am talking, of course, about the GameCube classic Animal Crossing and the mini games, the NES games that are built inside of that. Yes, I am taking the entire collection of the NES games that are in Animal Crossing and pitting them up against you, Kenny, for your mini game, as I get all of the various NES games that came bundled with inside Animal Crossing. That it basically made that game a lot more playable, in my opinion, because I honestly didn't really care for that game, other than the mini games, and the mini games were the NES games. Anyways, the NES games, and there was one of the
Ding, 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 ding. That's your minute.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
you should have gotten to it.
We'll get there in the free form.
Kenny,
Okay,
your
when we're
minute
picking
starts now.
when we're picking the best mini game inside of a game, we're going to look for a mini game that is so goddamn good that everyone loves so much that I played so much that I would think that I just want this to be its own game and play it almost as much as I played the main game. Like that doesn't happen often, does it? But it did happen with something called Gwent. I played so much Gwent in The Witcher 3. I played it probably, I don't know, half the time I was playing Witcher 3, I was playing Gwent. That might be generous. It might be more like 30% of the time, but I played a fuckload of Gwent. And it is integrated into the game so well with the different, there's like characters on the cards that dive deeper into like Witcher lore. And just the design of the game, it stands up against like Hearthstone and Elder Scrolls Legends. It can stand toe-to-toe with those games as one of those card games. I got it immediately when it came out. I think it's the reason I got GOG, and that, I mean, when you're talking about best mini game inside a game, one that was so good they had to make its own game out of it. That's kind of the gold standard, I would think, instead of picking a freaking NES emulator inside another game. But
Ding,
we'll
ding,
get to
ding,
that.
ding, ding. All right, we got an actual full answer from Kenny, so he's got the upper hand so far. You guys go at it.
John Doe has the upper hand.
I don't understand why I didn't get a full answer. Anyways, all right. So, Kenny, Gwent is a fantastic card game that you might as well be playing in person. Playing it digitally, just what is the fun in doing something like that? Now, I'm talking, you're getting in Animal Crossing, you're getting Donkey Kong, you're getting Donkey Kong Jr., you're getting Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Yes, I'm reading this off a list. Donkey Kong 3, baseball, tennis, pitball, soccer, golf, Clue Clue Clan. You're getting all of these games based in one game. You are getting so much bang for that buck in that game for those mini games that it is just absurd to think there's another game that's better with its mini games.
Well, like I was saying, I only have a certain amount to say about Gwent, and I was hoping that you'd pick something that's easy to argue against, and you have served me well, sir, because just picking a frickin' Nintendo emulator that's inside of another game is bullshit, and I think the judge knows that, because what we're really talking about is a game that, this was a mini game made specifically for The Witcher 3, which they frickin' nailed, and, sure, you could play it in person. That doesn't take away from the fact that it was invented and played in a video game and ties into the game in a really cool way as well. Also, your choice is like a bunch of games. It's not even one game.
It's mini games within a game. It's a mini game within a game. And
I heard mini game within a game.
Oh my God. So I think that Gwent is fantastic for if you want to really kill some time in a game like The Witcher. But why would I want to kill time in a game like The Witcher? I want to be going out. I want to be questing. I want to be exploring. I want to be doing things. Why would I want to talk to an NPC and go, oh yes, I would like to play a game of Gwent?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Because they have the special cards that you use to build your deck, because it's an awesome deck builder, and it's built right into the game where Geralt is an awesome Gwent fan, and he's like intrigued to build up his deck and be an awesome Gwent player just like you are in the game. That's why it ties in so nicely.
Does it really tie in so nicely, or is it just a time killer for a game that has already plenty to do? The Gwent game is purely just it's you might as well be playing Triple Triad at this point. You know, you're playing a card game that every NPC wants to play for some reason, and you're doing it to get exclusive cards for Geralt to be able to do what with it? Just play more Gwent? Why not, why would I play Gwent when I could play The Witcher? Now, Animal Crossing, man, with all of the games that are packed inside that for the NES games alone, just blow me away every time. It's amazing. Not only that, you have to find those. You have to be able to accomplish those. I mean, it's an incredible.
I mean, this is the equivalent of saying that Crash Bandicoot is the best minigame inside a game because it's in Uncharted 4, which would be a bogus answer, I think.
I think that would have
bogus.
been a fair answer if you felt
It's
like
not a
that
mini
was
game.
It's a mini game. A game within a game is a mini game. There you go.
A game within a game is a mini game. Well, technically, but they were full games before they were put into the game. So I don't know. If I were making a list of mini games inside of games, it would not include games that were full-fledged NES games in the past that happened to be playable in a game.
You're right. I would love to play, instead of playing an action-based RPG, I'd rather be playing a game where I'm throwing cards at people. That's great.
You're throwing cards at people as Geralt, who, like you said, is killing time because it's reality, baby. He's got to kill time in between killing all the monsters, getting tired, and feeding hay to roach and all that.
Geralt's getting so tired of killing all these monsters and stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna play a Magic the Gathering style card game.
Fuck yeah, and he's gonna be awesome at it.
Or would you rather do a very chill layout where you can play all the NES games you really want based in one game, and you get another game out of it? It's amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, you know where I can do that? On an NES or on my Switch.
You absolutely can. But this game itself exclusively.
So why do I want to turn on Animal Crossing to do that?
Because you are getting the experience of playing Animal Crossing, and you're getting the experience of playing those NES games that are built inside. Best mini game within a game, hands down.
The experience of playing Animal Crossing, what you said, wasn't even very good.
Yeah, shut up about that.
All right, let's give each of you guys then one more minute. Give me your closing arguments.
Who's first?
I think I just did.
Well, if you're foregoing your last minute, I'll just give the minute to Kenny.
I think Gwent is is literally just a throwaway. Hey, I'm wasting time. I'm not really doing much. Yes, it is a mini game in the sense that being able to like do a chopping game in a game is a mini game where you're chopping wood. Whereas I have full games that are inside my game where you get to really play and enjoy and experience a full amount of what Nintendo, the platform which features this game, has to offer.
I would argue that this is a weird technicality if you could just say that another game that was on Nintendo is like a full game, it's the best game inside another game. But, Gwent is not, just a time killer and something to do. It's an awesome deck builder that, like I said, stands up against those other games. And they're great games. You progress in them. You go around and get those cards. You get them off the people who are holding good cards. You feel a sense of progression in building this awesome deck. The rules of the game are really cool. All the status effects, and it was well thought out. So well thought out they had to make it its own game instead of an old game that was already made. I'm Kenny. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right.
And good night.
Okay, so I had to actually look back and see what all of these mini games were available on Animal Crossing.
I didn't even mention it, like Excite Bike, Balloon Fight. I mean, it had Warrior Woods. Come on.
I mean, this is not the equivalent of saying Gwent versus Mario Super Mario plus Zelda plus Mario 2 plus Excite Bike.
It kind of is. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a pretty. It's a. I don't know. It's kind of a loophole argument, but it's still a decent argument because it is a game.
I did present this to Tim before, and he's like, "Yeah, that works," and I'm like, "Perfect."
Oh, I see. So he's the problem.
I'm gonna totally, I totally allowed that one because I think it's valid. I think that Ryan, you seem to express that Animal Crossing wasn't a very good game, and if not for those games inside of it, then you wouldn't have enjoyed the game as much. Is that right? Do I have that right?
I think Animal Crossing is a serviceable game that makes it more serviceable and more enjoyable for the fact that it does have NES games in it.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I think Gwent was very creative. I think it was a neat inclusion. It was definitely better than that miserable card game that was in Final Fantasy VIII, I think.
Triple Triad.
It was definitely.
I threw that at him.
but it was on a different level than Triple Triad. It was actually fairly entertaining, and you did get to go around and collect new cards and everything. And I know Kenny did get lost in Gwent for quite a long time. By the power vested in me in the state of Tennessee, I think I'm going to go ahead and give the win to Ryan on this one.
My God, I did it!
Yeah, I think I actually like. Yeah, I think I like Ryan's answer more. Just because it was a lot of things to do. You know what I mean? And Gwent was kind of the same thing to do over and over again. And as a board gamer, Gwent was, in my opinion, an okay deck builder.
Well, I hope that I do hope that we actually get some listeners that can tweet us at the Leetist and express their outrage over this stupid ass loophole answer.
Let me go with this, Kenny. You go into a person's quest is like, oh my God, my baby was taken by a monster, and you're like, oh yeah, let me help find it. She goes,
give me that card.
Hold on. Before you leave, you want to play some Gwent? That is Gwent in a nutshell.
I'm not sure that actually happened.
That happens all the time in The Witcher. That is literally what the NPCs will do. They'll go like, "Hey, do you want to play?" It's like, "Dude, we gotta kill this monster." It's like, "No, Gwent, let's do it."
There was a little bit of non sequiturness, and that's not really a word, but yeah, of Gwent in it felt a little inappropriate for the theme and the setting. Of
well,
the
I
game
was
a
role
little bit,
playing
but-
Geralt as a Gwent freak, so he didn't even and neither I nor him even kind of realized that weirdness.
Role played it as it was part of his mutation. He was really into Gwent.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, I'm really into Gwent, guys. Really into it. I don't know if
I-
you know, but every NPC I talk to, I gotta play Gwent with.
If I put the time that I played Gwent in The Witcher 3 into the actual Witcher 3, I might have actually beaten the game once.
It's just like at a certain point. I mean, it's just like
have to
I'd
stop
rather be
exploring all
playing
those.
Witcher 3 though than the minigame that's in it. Like
At some point, you need a reprieve from all those question marks in the Skellige.
Yeah, it's like different
water
games that have
areas.
different things to do. It's just awesome that there's options of things to do.
I'm saying
like,
if there was less bullshitty quests that were in that game, you might not have cared about Gwent as much.
that's fair.
I don't know about that because I played Gwent by itself. I downloaded the free game and played the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, I mean,
That's
but
fair.
that would be the full game.
All right, never mind. I take it back. Ryan, you didn't. No, I'm kidding. Ryan actually won. Ryan actually did win, but you know what? We've got another one, so you can make up for it.
This one.
I've got debate round 2.
I think you got me on this one, Kenny.
I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm not that confident.
This one's partially a debate, but this is also partially just play.
This
You
is
need to play to me because I want you to convince me. I want you to convince me that your favorite Mortal Kombat character is the best one.
Mhm.
That's what I want. So who wants to start this one? Who started last time? We had Ryan.
Kenny should start this one. I started the last one.
Well, I'm
Now
losing.
be sure to
Shouldn't I
give
be able
your
to
actual
choose?
answer, like your full answer in the first minute.
That's fair.
Did that not happen? I didn't notice.
Ryan said the NES
I
video
may
games.
have segued a bit.
Yeah, it went on.
Look,
It sounded like he was just about to tell me which NES games were actually in Animal Crossing, but he never quite got to it.
I wanted to leave you on a cliffhanger. All right.
It was good. Yeah, no, I was intrigued the whole time.
Look,
So, Ryan, the first minute goes to you. Convince me that your
okay.
favorite Mortal Kombat character is the best one. Go.
all right. Well, you know him. You love him. The yellow cyborg. Yes, it is Cyrax. Yes, Cyrax is the best Mortal Kombat character. And I know a lot of people are laughing like, my God, man, you pick Cyrax? I'll be laughing when I'm kicking your ass in this game. Now, Cyrax, on top of having the net move that will allow you to not only entrap someone, but bring them right to you, he also has the ability to drop grenades on the ground, both a long launch and a small launch, which allows for combo abilities for Cyrax to be able to do uppercuts, to be able to do sweeps, to be able to do what he needs to do to get shit done. Cyrax is one of the ultimate Mortal Kombat fighters. He has some of the best fatalities that I've seen. He turns into a giant propeller and comes down on the player and chops them into bits. He also launches a bunch of his grenades and destroys the world. Cyrax is hands down one of like the best, just because of how versatile, how much he can actually juggle people, and damage output that he can do. Cyrax for the
Okay.
win.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. Let's go on to Kenny. Kenny, who is your pick for best Mortal Kombat character?
Okay, Tim, I'm going to tell you a story about a Mortal Kombat character. If you remember back in the day when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, everyone knew the standards. You had your Scorpion, you had your Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero was pretty badass. He could freeze people, do some awesome fatalities where he froze your head and knocked it off, and it just shattered like T-1000 style. And then Mortal Kombat 2 came around, and we started seeing these little hints of a secret character. And there was, like, we didn't have the internet back then. We had to kind of read about these things in gaming magazines and such. And it turns out that if you win 50 two-player games in a row, I think it is, you unlock the ability to fight the resurrected version of the original Sub-Zero, who is now Noob Saibot, the best Mortal Kombat character.
Sorry,
I totally guessed that you were picking
I
Noob Saibot.
literally told Tim. Sorry, we can add more time to you.
That's fine.
I literally texted Tim. If he chooses Noob Saibot, I swear to God.
Yeah, I had to do it because, it was shrouded in mystery at the time when I was young. In Mortal Kombat 2, it just seemed like the coolest thing. And then when you finally fight him and see him, he kicks your ass a bit. He's just like, his character design isn't all that great at that time. He was just all black, and that was weird. Oh, that sounded bad. He was all black in the sense that he was just a shadow, like a shadowy figure with no design on him, really. But then as the games progressed, you learn more about Noob Saibot, who was the original Sub-Zero named Bi-Han, who was resurrected, I think, by Quan Chi or something like that, to come back and find his younger brother, and he got turned to this dark side and has these powers of like a clone powers where he can like jump out of himself, and there's two of him, and he can jump at you and do these crazy attacks and shit. And he's like one of the most badass looking characters now that they actually kind of dug into his story and made him kind of a mainstay of Mortal Kombat. If you look at the current lineup of Mortal Kombat in the modern day, he is a badass looking motherfucker. And
Round 2, fight.
You chose a character that literally is the definition of narcissism. It is Tobias Boone, or Noob Saibot. They took their names, added them backwards, and added that character in. Gave him abilities that were really impressive and pretty cheap for the time, and basically just made a mockery of what some of these other technical fighters could really do. Cyrax, there is so much you can do with that character. Juggling to actual combos to being able to just capture people in that net and be able to do what you need to do. I think Noob Saibot was added in as a, hey, this will be fun. We're going to add our people in. Oh, we'll give him a backstory that he is Sub-Zero technically from the dead, but it's also hint, hint, wink, wink. It's our last names backwards.
Well, I don't think the amount of moves argument doesn't make any sense because they balance that game so everyone has. Even though I don't know the moves list for Noob Saibot, I know that everyone is balanced in a way where they all have badass moves, and he has his cool ass clone moves with this like purpley goo stuff that shoots out sometimes. And Cyrax, is he a robot? Because this is a Mortal Kombat. What's he doing in a Mortal Kombat if he's a robot?
Actually, Cyrax is an android, so he's half human, and so yes, he is mortal. He is half human, half robot. So yes.
I
accept your apology.
Apology. What didn't he have like?
You don't even know what Noob Saibot's moves are. How are you going to argue for Noob Saibot? He has the ability to launch a cloud of like a shadowy cloud that makes it so when people try to hit them or Noob Saibot, they can't hit him. Literally, it makes him evasive to everything. I mean, his abilities, he has a ability to teleport underneath people, teleport them above, and slam them on the ground. I mean,
like a million other characters.
Yeah, not a lot of characters actually had that, but there's ones that would teleport above and launch down, like Goro. But I'm talking Noob Saibot had a lot of cheap abilities. Cyrax actually was a really good fighter that could actually hold his own and didn't need those gimmicky whatevers to be able to
Actually, I think in the
accomplish.
modern games, Noob Saibot has this awesome like purpley scythe thing that he also uses, which is badass. And his like, I don't know the fucking moves in the game. I don't play him, so I can't go toe to toe with you on the
Your
moves.
arguments are very valid. I understand this.
All the moves are the same in the damn. Well, they're not all the same. They're all cool though. I mean, Mortal Kombat makes all those game like fatalities and moves badass. Yes, Cyrax has the blowing up the world thing in
What
the
was
old game.
Noob Saibot's fatality?
He Cybotted you out of the world.
What a noob.
No, I like I said, I don't know a lot of. I don't even play the modern games very much, but just the lore of Noob Saibot and the mystery back in the day, being a kid of this crazy, weird, like all shadowy character lurking in the background and having to do this cool, like find out this way to unlock him and fight him, and like what the hell is this name Noob Saibot? Yeah, it's their names backwards, which is kind of weird. But at the time when you're a kid and you don't know what the hell, like you don't know that puzzle yet, Noob Saibot is actually a crazy, confusing, badass name. Which is wacky, but it makes him stand out from the rest, at least.
I will say that Cyrax. Look, I'll end this with this. Cyrax's friendship is him doing the Charleston. All right, done. Like it's the best.
Well, I don't know what Noob Saibot's
That is true. He's
friendship
got
is.
you there.
Maybe he does got me there.
He literally does the Charleston.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't
You guys
I don't
want
have.
one more minute each to conclude this sucker.
Let me think. What else do I know about Noob Saibot?
Great question.
Yes, I will concede my time to Kenny to try to come up with a rebuttal.
Here, I can just shit on Cyrax. Cyrax just does a bunch of stuff the Scorpion can do. They added another robotic type of Scorpion and put him in the game. They had to put like robot characters of the ninja cool ninja things they already had, and so they added like Cyrax and Sector or whatever into the game. I never played those guys. They kind of sucked. I mean, he had the net thing, whatever. Scorpion could pull you forward. Noob Saibot could teleport to you with shoot his clone at you and get behind you. So there's two of them. He's twice as powerful because there's two of this motherfucker coming at you instead of one stupid yellow robot man.
Anything else, boys?
I think all has been said.
I have
All right.
expended my Noob Saibot knowledge.
Man, I went into this one thinking that I already knew who I was going to pick, and Ryan convinced me otherwise. I'm going to go with Cyrax on this one.
That was. I'm sorry, Kenny. That was so easy.
No, I have to admit, I picked Noob Saibot for the hilarity of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know much about Cyrax's backstory, but yeah, he was one of the robots. And God, I can remember seeing that fatality the first time when Cyrax opens his chest and starts like just dumping bomb after bomb after bomb onto the ground, and then the world explodes. Oh my God, that was ridiculous and over the top.
He also
and
has
amazing.
one that trash compactor comes out of his chest and he crushes the guy with it.
That's right. I remember that.
it's
Yeah, and I don't remember much about Noob Saibot.
Noob Saibot was a narcissistic nod to Tobias and Ed Boon.
He did eventually
Wow.
come into his own, but I mean, to be completely honest, I picked it for the just because it cracks me up.
No, I'll give you that. I mean, Noob Saibot was always cool, and I definitely give you props for the mystery element of it all back in the day. Yeah, when you first started describing how he was unlocked, it made me go think, wait, was that Reptile? How did Reptile get unlocked?
I honestly thought you were talking about Reptile when you first talked about it. It's like in the original Mortal Kombat, I'm like, oh yeah, that was Reptile, right? That was the one you unlocked, and then you said something else, and then it became Noob Saibot somehow. I was like,
oh yeah,
wait,
I was setting up the original Sub-Zero first before I got to
I thought
him
I was going
becoming
to have
Noob
to
Saibot.
fight Reptile versus Cyrax, and I was like, I'm going to lose. There's no way I'm going to beat Reptile. Like, there's no way.
No, I just did it because Noob Saibot always made me laugh because it's so
I
stupid.
just think it's funny because Tim literally texted me, and he's like, man, Kenny's answer, I did not even know who, like, I don't know anything about this guy, and I'm like, did Kenny choose Noob Saibot?
I did not reply to that, for the record. He did not know going in.
You put a lapse emoji, so I assumed that was what it was, honestly.
That's all I did. I betrayed nothing.
If I had to think of like who actually is the coolest one, instead of just picking one for comedy, I would probably say
Striker, obviously.
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
He's got a gun.
Striker.
I like Baraka. I've always liked Baraka.
Baraka's good. That would actually be a good, interesting. Let's redo this. Baraka versus Cyrex.
I can't. I don't know enough about any of them. Honestly, I just know. I just
yeah.
like Baraka.
Baraka.
Don't worry, we'll do Street Fighter next time.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Street Fighter, so you can beat me in that one.
I don't really.
Whoever picks Ken for his ending of, or not Ken, which one was the one that did dragon punches up a waterfall? Is that Ryu?
Sure.
Oh, I really like
Right.
the drunken guy too. Bo Rai Cho.
Chow. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
he
barely
was
remember
great.
Bo Rai Joe.
What would you say is your favorite Mortal Kombat game?
Oh, it's Deadly Alliance for sure. Love that one.
Wild. Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't actually play many of the newer ones. For me, I think the last one I really got into was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
I think Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is my favorite as well.
I always
if that is your favorite, that's my favorite. Like, yeah,
I always liked Ermac.
Ermac was great. He was.
I thought he was a super neat character with all of his like telekinesis. He was the one with telekinesis, right?
He had telekinesis. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had Rain also. That was
Smoke.
like. They started doing like palette swaps of all the characters.
Yeah, they just
so
like they all have colors
like,
for all of
alright,
them.
It
yeah.
didn't bother me back in the day. That was awesome because they all had their own unique moves.
Yeah, I remember like the rumors about a red one, and we would be talking about it as kids and everything, and then it actually turned out to be true. Ermac.
Yeah.
Ermac. They had Rain. That was the purple ninja. Reptile, Scorpion. I mean, like every color was used for the exact same template. But I love Mortal Kombat Ultimate 3. Yeah, that was great. That was a
I think that was the first time that I regretted being a Nintendo boy too, because I think
Sega had the blood on.
Sega had
yeah,
the blood.
Sega had the blood.
Had the blood, and it had different characters, like different designs of some characters. I think as well.
I know it did have the blood. I don't know about the design, but it definitely
Animalities were removed apparently on the SNES.
there was quite a bit of things. I remember so back in the day we rented that game, and my brother and I we had the strategy guide for it, and we literally would just kill the other side so we could perform the fatalities just to see them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
oh for sure.
And
You know what's funny? I looked up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying. I mean, for the listeners, YouTube didn't exist during this time, so
You had to get
That's how
whatever
we did
gaming
it.
magazine
Yeah.
or heard from person to person.
Yep.
Or
that's how
You
we.
know what I
had it.
looked up today? I remember having one of those strategy guides. I want to say it was for 3, and they had little biographies of each character, right? And the Kano one, it had like favorite drink on there, and it said milk in a dirty glass. And I don't know
That's
why I
amazing.
always remembered that, and I can't find any trace of it on Google or anything like of that being a thing. So maybe just the person who made that strategy guide threw that in there. I don't know. It's
I
fucking
mean,
weird.
Yeah, at a certain point, you could just be like, "Yeah, sure, he'd like that." I don't know. Who cares? it's a whatever
That's amazing.
character in it. Deadly Alliance is a very interesting choice, though. I think that it's cool what they did with the series in that kind of trilogy, because it was Deadly Alliance, and then there was like 2 others in that same
I mean,
vein.
I think they all have like positives to them. I just think at the time I really connected with the combat in that one and
Yeah.
got good at it, and thought it was just really like I don't know, like easy to
Yeah,
wrap my head around for some reason.
for sure. I just, for me, Mortal Kombat Ultimate 3 just had like this. It just it literally just is nostalgia all the way through for me when I play
Yeah,
that
I
game.
mean, Mortal Kombat trilogy as well. Like I was talking
Yeah.
about it. I love that one.
Yeah, that one's really good too.
So Ryan has done a clean sweep of today.
I know.
He has won every debate, every.
I am
trivia.
so sorry, guys.
His predictions were the best.
Here,
Those
do you want
damn
me to
trivia
throw you
questions.
guys some random trivia so you guys can compete and someone else can
I
win?
think we've got enough time because we had that break, that intermission in the center. We could do another 15, 20-minute thing. Kenny, if you were down,
You want to
Wanna
do
do-
potent quotables?
I think I do want to do potent quotables. I
All
want to win
right.
some of that money back.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have one. All right, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we won't go that much longer, but I do have a little game I whipped up today called Potent Quotables.
Oh my God.
And what this game is I am going to give you a quote from a game, and you will try to guess it. If you guess it right immediately after I say it, you will get 2 points. If you can't guess it and need me to say the quote in my best possible impression of the person, I will give you that. And then if you get it after that, you'll get 1 point. Same rules as the trivia game. If someone goes to steal it, they can get the point, and it'll be their turn after. But if they steal it after I've given the voice, then it's still only 1 point.
Okay.
So we will begin.
I like this. I'm
let's
excited.
Do coin toss again. Go ahead and call it Ryan.
Heads?
It is heads.
Damn it!
Wow.
You win again.
When is it ever tails? I think I called tails before, and it never ends up tails.
All right. Would you like to go first or second?
I will actually pass it over to Tim to go first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give me an
let's
easy
see.
one. In fact, give
Okay,
me all
Tim.
the easy ones and give him all the difficult ones.
That's fair.
This one, I think you should be able to get. Because 1 dog ain't enough and 2 is too low, it's me.
Because 1 dog ain't enough and 2 is too low. It's me.
Oh, by the way, you're saying the name of the game. You don't have to say the name of the character.
Oh.
I should have said that, yeah. I
Say
think some of them might be too hard to nail the character. I mean, yeah, the game's fine.
Okay, give me the quote again.
Because 1 dog ain't enough and 2 is too low, it's me.
2 is too low. It's me. I don't know.
Okay.
Give me your best impression.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull through my memory from this one. Because 1 dog ain't enough and 2 is too low, it's me. Blank.
Oh, it's me is the name at the end.
Well, there's a blank at the end, but yeah, all of that is actually said.
It didn't help. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Ryan, can you steal this?
Didn't help. I have no idea.
The answer is because 1 dog ain't enough and 2 is too low, it's me. 3 dog.
Oh, damn it.
Fallout 3.
I
You could have got that by just
Three
doing
could have
some
got it
math.
if I had thought about it. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's late and I have a cold.
3 dog.
3 dog. Ow!
Okay, Ryan, we're
That
gonna
was a
go
good
to
impression,
you.
though. I like that.
Thank you.
In retrospect, yeah.
Let's see. Which one will I give to Ryan?
All right.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention. I mixed in here 1 movie quote just as a kind of a curveball.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Are you gonna let us know if it's a movie quote?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
That's
my
why it's
God.
a curveball.
All right, let's do
At
it.
some point, it might happen.
All right.
Okay, I thought that was easy. I'm gonna still start with the easy ones. Let's see if you get this. I bet you'd like to have more bombs.
Say it in the voice.
Well, unfortunately, this one is a written read on the screen, which is the hint I get to give you instead of doing the voice when that is the case.
Red on the screen. I have no clue. I'm pass.
Tim.
I'm going to make an educated guess on this one because I
Sure.
was trying to think of games with bombs in it, and I don't think Bomberman is popular enough. So I went back in my brain place, and I think I'm pulling out Legend of Zelda.
That is correct. One of the secret rooms you go into, the little old man standing there, and it comes on the screen. I bet you would like to have more bombs, and you get some more bombs.
I got a point.
Ace.
Okay, Tim. Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them sooner or later.
Bloodborne?
Yes,
Oh.
Tim. Oh, that was worth 2.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, Ryan.
Oh my God. I'm gonna lose.
Join the Nintendo Fun Club today.
Punch Out.
There you go. That's a 2 for you.
Did you know that one, Tim?
What was the voice? What was the voice you were gonna do? For that
There
one?
is no voice for it.
Yeah, there's no voice. It was just written.
When there's not a voice, I need you to go ahead and just make one up.
Should I say I'm making it up when I do it?
No.
Well, that's too hard though, because it's like
Well, it already was hard.
I'll make it
I
up
mean-
next time, but I'll tell you that it's a written one.
Okay.
Okay.
fair enough.
Let's see. Okay, I'm curious to see if you can get this one, Tim. This place ain't no such thing as civilized. It's man so in love with greed he has forgotten himself and only found appetites.
Oh man, I don't know. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
No. And since you have guessed and did not ask for the voice, it goes over to Ryan.
Can I get the voice, please?
Oh boy. This could be really bad. Let me think.
I can't wait.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized. It's man so in love with greed, he has forgotten himself and only found appetites.
That, of course, is the Book of Eli.
No,
I don't know.
that is a very horrible impression of Dutch Vanderlyn in,
Oh wow,
in
yeah,
Red
that
Dead
was
Redemption
bad.
2. Yeah.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
I've never practiced that
I have
before.
no clue what the hell that was. All right.
I mean, you've played Red Dead 2, though.
Money.
I played it. I played the snow level.
Did you actually stop playing that game?
Didn't even get past the snow level.
What are you trying to say? You don't like open worlds?
Interesting.
Yep.
So that was Tim's question, so now it's Ryan's. Ryan. Yellow car.
Yes.
That's the whole quote. I can do the voice if you need me to.
Please do.
Yellow car.
Uh.
I know this one.
Wow, you do?
I do.
Yeah. Pass.
Okay, Tim, I think you know this.
That is none other than GTA 4.
That is correct. That is Nico shouting when he's drunk at a cab.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Never played that one.
Cousin, I am your cousin.
You never played GTA 4?
Nah.
Nah, it's
Oh,
an
man.
open world.
It's an open
Yeah,
world.
that's
We
true.
all know this about me now.
Okay,
Figure it
Tim.
out.
Except the
That-
bowling mini game, which also I should have argued is the best mini game.
I don't know. Darts is pretty good,
Tim,
sir.
that ghost is from the moon.
That ghost is from the moon. From the moon.
Mm.
Ryan seems to know it, and I don't know it, so I'm going to give him less points by asking you to do it in the voice.
Damn it, you found a crack in my game to take advantage of. Okay, fine. We'll figure that out for next time. Okay, here's
Well, if
the
he
voice.
hadn't went, I wouldn't have known.
That ghost is from the moon.
Do that
That
again.
helped him.
That ghost is from the moon.
Ghost from the moon. Jeez. I don't think I know.
All right, Ryan.
What if you said it in a Peter Dinklage like voice?
Yeah, I think you got it.
Destiny.
That is
Oh,
a Destiny. Very famous line from Destiny 1 when Dinklebot was still in it. Okay,
game sucks.
Ryan.
Yes.
Now lie on the bed. Now lie on the bed and close your eyes.
In the voice, please.
Now lie on the bed and close your eyes.
God of War.
Incorrect, Tim.
Ah,
Now lie on the bed and close your eyes.
Now lie on the bed and close your eyes.
I know that quote. Is that That's the movie. This is the movie one. This has got to be the movie one.
Oh, it could be.
Because I think that is Arnold in True Lies.
That is correct. I can't believe you got that. That's funny.
Yeah, man, I've watched that scene like way too many times.
That was True Lies, yeah. All right, Ryan. Maybe you won't have a clean sweep today.
Did you say that was an Arnold quote?
Yeah, it was from True Lies, the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And can you give me your Arnold Schwarzenegger impression?
No. Okay, let me give you some context here. Arnold was pretending to be someone else in a hotel room with his wife, who was working with some spies. It's a long story.
He was trying to do Arnold Schwarzenegger's French accent.
Can you give me the synopsis of True Lies, please?
Oh boy.
Anyways,
Arnold is like a CIA. Arnold's like a CIA guy or a special forces undercover thing, and his wife finds out, or no, she doesn't find out. She gets recruited to do some like undercover stuff too, but she doesn't know that he's like a goody good family man, so she doesn't realize that he is also like an undercover badass dude, and she's getting into like some crazy shit. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
He's a pro that she doesn't know about, and she's like trying to get into. She's like a total nubile in it.
It's a great movie, actually.
He gets in the bed and lays down.
Well,
I got it.
We're done with True Lies. Fuck it. Okay, I think that was your question first, so this goes back to Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, would you like some punch to drink? Ha ha ha.
Would you like some punch to drink? Ha ha ha. A high C commercial. Poorly translated.
That is incorrect. Ryan, get some points.
You're such an idiot, Tim. It is a Kool-Aid commercial that was poorly translated.
Do you not know that, Ryan?
I don't know.
Oh, that is Soda Popinski, also from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh, Rick.
They had to change him to Soda Pop because Americans can't take alcohol.
Okay, let's
That's right.
see.
Little trivia within a trivia there.
I think I played this sound clip earlier. I can't remember if it was on tape or not, but I don't know if you know what it's from, so I'll ask you, Ryan. Here's a lockpick. It might come in handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Here's the lockpick. What?
It might come in handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Skyrim.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Tim.
Are you gonna do it in the voice? Oh no, he guessed. Give it to me in the voice.
Okay.
Here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
I feel like that should be a dead giveaway, but I don't recognize it.
That is Resident Evil.
How did you change your voice so well?
Yeah.
That was really good.
I've
yeah.
been practicing that one for a while. I've done that one.
That one you
Way
were
better than your
focusing
Schwarzenegger.
on?
I've done that one at parties before, so.
My God.
Okay, and I think we're gonna be close to the last one here. It looks like
It's for me.
Tim is running away with it, but
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Tim, you got
I'll
this.
give you the super hard one at the end. You ready?
Okay. Is this the super hard one, or is
Yes,
this a
yes,
different
this is the last one. Super
Okay.
hard last one. Our battlefield is now beneath the earth. The gate to tomorrow is not the light of heaven, but the darkness of the depths of the earth.
Give it to me again.
Our battlefield is now beneath the earth. The gate to tomorrow is not the light of heaven, but the darkness of the depths of the earth.
Go ahead and give me the voice.
It's a written one.
God damn it. Then give it to me one more time.
Our battlefield is now beneath the earth. The gate to tomorrow is not the light of heaven, but the darkness in the depths of the earth.
Like when it's written, it's British, but when it's spoken, it's not.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I had no idea.
Ryan, do you know that one?
Doom?
Nope. I thought one of you
Good guess.
might get that because I know you both played Final Fantasy VII, the original and that would be Vincent Valentine.
Oh, it was
Wow.
optional though. I never.
Oh,
I
wow.
never grabbed
Okay.
him. I didn't
Uh,
care.
Yeah, I was trying to think of games where, something got massively destroyed and,
Yeah, I told you that was my most super hardest mode one.
That's
But
good.
Ryan's
Good.
sweep for the day has ended with Tim taking the crown of Potent Quotables.
Good job, Tim.
And we have made it through another episode, episode 1, official episode 1 of The Leetist. And we're getting ready for E3 this weekend, and this will post the Tuesday after E3, so you'll get to see how wrong we were about everything. And actually, and then we'll be back the next Tuesday with episode 2, and we'll see you then. Thanks all for joining us. TheLeetistPod@gmail.com, at TheLeetist on Twitter. Send us suggestions for games, trivia topics, trivia questions, debate topics, stuff you want to hear on the show. Okay, guys, say goodbye-bye.
Goodbye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace outside. Send your suggestions for games, trivia questions, debate topics, any game-related game thing you want to hear on the show. At TheLeetist on Twitter. TheLeetistPod@gmail.com. See you next week.